I noticed it started getting harder once social media started kicking off. And so that's when I stopped being a dating coach. I said, I'm not going to continue to take guys' money and, knowing that, hey, it's not as easy as it once was.
Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Uh-oh. Is this true right here? Sir Tice is saying, tell him how you used to be a former dating roach. Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the movie Hitch with Will Smith?
Of course.
I kind of was inspired by that, and I said I want to be a dating coach. I want to help guys, go out to teach them how to go out and meet women in the street at public venues or whatever. But like I said, I noticed it started getting harder once social media started kicking off, and so that's when I stopped being a dating coach. I said I'm not going to continue to take guys' money, and knowing that, hey, it's not as easy as it once was, because before social media, it was if you had the courage to approach a woman in the street, that was half the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just walking up and approaching in an appropriate manner, that was half the battle. That's not so much anymore. Because in the past, and the reason I say that is because in the past, women have to actually leave a house to get attention from men. You know what I'm saying? Now they get all their attention from this. Mm-hmm. So the dynamic has changed. The landscape has changed. So I said it's time for me to take my game elsewhere.
Was being a dating coach, or dating roach, as Sir Tice called it, was it lucrative?
It was at first. I even had me and my best friend, I wrote a book too. And it was at first, but like I said, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel right, accepting money from clients, knowing that the landscape had changed so much.
So you felt like you were selling them false hopes, or you were,
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Like that's deep. That's deep, because it's some dating coaches, hashtag not all, is one in particular who I consider a friend of the show that I really like. But it's some of them who
is it?
Alan Roger Curry.
Okay.
Yeah, I like him. I've interviewed him formally 3 or 4 times, but impromptu will probably total up about 6 or 7, times where he kind of just took the link of the show and I turned it into an interview. So yeah, so I like ARC, but but there's some out there who kind of sell those false hopes, where it would be sort of like if you could be average or below average looking, a guy who's, I don't know, a 3 on the scale from 1 through 10, 5'6", and you got good mouthpiece, you know how to talk to them, you can be pulling baddies on a regular. They try to sell it like that. And
you gotta have skill, man. You gotta have skills.
Yeah. But yeah, so no, that's interesting that you pulled out of doing that. You felt like you were selling them. In order to stay in the game and for it to stay lucrative, you have to sort of sell the pipe dream, sort of.
Right.
Right. That's interesting. I've never heard nobody say that. That just come forth and say that, because normally most of the people who are in that game, they in that game. They in it till they die. They ain't giving that one away.
I don't have a problem with. There's only maybe a few dating coaches out there that I have an issue with, and my only issue with a lot of current dating coaches is that some of them they act as if game is always the answer, and game is not always the answer.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's some things that game cannot solve.
Yeah, agreed.